Baltic Sea has always been a graveyard of secrets. Its dark waters cradle thousands of lost ships and submarines, some shattered by the wars of men, others simply claimed by the cruel indifference of the sea. Beneath its frigid surface lie cannons from forgotten battles, chests of merchant gold never delivered, and the silent bones of vessels swallowed by storm and time. But in the summer of 2011, a discovery would surface that would send ripples through both scientific and conspiracy communities alike. An object so strange, so out of place, that even seasoned researchers struggled to classify it. It began like any other expedition. The Ocean X Team, a group of Swedish deep-sea explorers and treasure hunters led by diver and salvage veteran Peter Lindberg and his partner, Dennis Osberg, had set out to explore the Gulf of Bothnia. They weren't hunting mysteries. They were after sunken cargo, historical shipwrecks, anything of value on the Baltic's seabed. But as their sonar swept the ocean floor, the screen began to blur. At first, Lindberg assumed it was a malfunction, a software glitch. The sea often played tricks on equipment, especially in these colder, mineral-rich waters. But when they looped around for another pass, the anomaly appeared again, clearer this time. The shape on the monitor was massive, nearly 200 feet in diameter, and more importantly, uncannily symmetrical. As the team studied the grainy sonar image, a chill settled over the deck despite the summer air. The anomaly resembled a disk, perfectly round with precise edges, almost like the hull of a buried spacecraft. Leading to it were elongated grooves in the seabed, as if the object had skidded across the ocean floor before coming to rest. "We thought maybe it was a sunken bunker or some sort of military installation," Osberg later recalled in an interview. But the shape didn't make sense. It was too designed. Intrigued and disturbed, the team returned with a remote-operated vehicle, ROV, and divers. As they neared the anomaly, their ship's electronics began to behave erratically. Communications flickered, GPS readings looped, their sonar feed warped into static. Even their satellite phones went dead, an impossibility in that open stretch of water. Some of the crew later described a or buzzing sensation in their ears, like a low-frequency hum coming from nowhere. When the divers descended, the seabed grew darker than expected, not from lack of light, but something else. An almost unnatural shadow that seemed to leach color and sound from the water. They reached the anomaly, and the sight took their breath away. The object's surface was smooth and cold to the touch, made of a dark stone-like substance that seemed to resist chisels and cutting tools. Patterns, geometric, deliberate, were etched along the rim. Some divers described stair-like indentations along one side and what looked like an entrance or hatch partially buried in sediment. But when they tried to probe deeper or retrieve samples, their tools malfunctioned. Cameras shut off, lights flickered and died. It was as if the object didn't want to be studied. What samples they did retrieve later revealed unusual compositions, traces of limonite and goethite, minerals associated with high heat or industrial processing. A few theorists went further, speculating the metals were capable of conducting electricity or even holding a charge, suggesting, perhaps, the object was still active in some mysterious way. The media caught wind of the discovery, and the floodgates of speculation burst wide open. Some scientists proposed the anomaly was a rare glacial deposit. An ancient formation sculpted by ice. But few could explain its perfect symmetry or the interference it caused to modern technology. Others theorized it was a unnatural basalt formation. Yet there was no surrounding evidence of volcanic activity in that region. The anomaly didn't fit in, geologically, historically, or otherwise. Then came the conspiracy theorists. Internet forums exploded with claims of ancient alien contact, calling it the Baltic UFO. The object bore a striking resemblance to the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars, fueling the fire of imagination. Could it be a buried spaceship preserved for millennia beneath the sea? Was this the long-sought evidence of extraterrestrial visitors? Still others pointed to World War II, noting the proximity of the anomaly to rumored Nazi supply routes and underwater bases. They brought up Die Glocke, the bell, a supposed Nazi anti-gravity experiment that vanished in the final days of the war. Was the anomaly a prototype vessel? A failed experiment dumped in the Baltic's abyss? Governments were silent. The Ocean X team found themselves stonewalled when seeking permits for deeper excavation. Equipment and funding mysteriously fell through, and though Lindbergh and Osberg tried to continue their investigations, the operation became plagued by strange setbacks. Crew illnesses, faulty gear, anonymous threats. In the years since, other teams have tried to follow up. Some claim the object has changed position slightly, as if it had shifted on its own. Others insist their equipment shut down just as they neared the site. No official explanation has ever been confirmed. Mainstream science has largely dismissed it as a curiosity, not worth the risk or funding to investigate further. And yet, it still waits there, in the silence. 300 feet beneath the waves, in an area where compasses spin and radios die. The Baltic Sea anomaly rests undisturbed, a perfect circle on the floor of a forgotten ocean, a riddle untouched by time. Whether it is the final resting place of an alien craft, a lost relic of a civilization wiped from history, or simply an impossible trick of nature, it has claimed its place as one of the most haunting unsolved mysteries of the modern era. The truth may never surface, or perhaps it waits until we're ready to understand it.